Alrighty, hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25 on the Zielonka map. These are our soybeans that we just planted last episode. Right now we have absolutely nothing to sell. All we can do is wait until these crops are ready to harvest. But last episode I mentioned that we might get into more productions, and I was thinking what better idea than to get a production that allows us to not have to deal with this quite as much. So I looked at a chart of productions and was able to find one that specifically caught my eye. So it's the Preserved Food Factory, I believe, but that appears to be about $36,000. So preferably, that's what we're going to want to do. Alright, so I'm just looking at my phone here at the actual diagram that I found. So there's two different soup kinds of things that you can make in this factory, and one of them appears to be some sort of a lettuce soup. I have absolutely no idea what it is. It's just a can with a piece of lettuce on the front of it. But according to the diagram, it takes the chilies, the onions, I think that's garlic, and the lettuce. So that will mean we only actually have to deal with 3 of the products from the greenhouse, and that will be strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce, or cabbage. Everything else will just be dumped into this factory to make one item which we can then just sell. Not only will we make more money from this, but we will also not have to deal with these pallets as much, which if you've seen last episode, you'll know why that's a big deal to me. I'm taking it personally. Oh, never mind. I've been getting these backwards. I was calling this cabbage and this lettuce. It's the other way around. Anyway, so we will go ahead and sleep until all these fields are ready to harvest, because that's all that we can do next. We'll harvest, sell as much stuff as we can, at its respective time, of course, and then we will invest in that factory. That is going to be the goal of this video. I apologize if the intro is a little bit long, but that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and sleep until probably the barley is ready to harvest. Alright, it's the next day. I'm not actually skipping it. I just realized that the greenhouses didn't have any water. Which, at this point, maybe we should just let that happen, you know? Alrighty, we have just put 2 loads of water into the greenhouses and fed the chickens. So we should be good for a while. And when it comes to selling the barley, I think I've decided that as long as we have a minimum of 4,000 to 5,000 liters of some sort of a grain for the chickens, then we're good, because they really don't eat much. Alright, I will see you in the harvest. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. Alrighty, it is now June 1st. And it is time for harvest. Alright, we're going to not back out because we'll hit that. So this will be for our barley, which we will get wheat from. That's not the right one. Yeah, let's harvest our wheat barley. Yeah. This is our barley field we will get straw from, and that can also be sold. Alrighty, so as far as a time-lapse goes, I'm going to go ahead and actually not time-lapse this, because I'm going to save the time-lapse for our soybeans. So I will go ahead and skip to the end of it, and then we will see where we're at, and probably start working on harvesting the soybeans fairly soon. So I will see you in a bit. Alrighty, we just finished harvesting up this field. As far as full trailer loads goes, we've got 2 full trailer loads of barley, which is about 16,000 liters, as well as the 1,600 liters that we have in the combine just here. So I would say that's a pretty good yield. I think the fertilizing, because we didn't fertilize last round of crops, and I think that fertilizer really helped us out a ton, because this yield was way better than I think we've ever had. Right now, we're going to go ahead and bale up this field and put it on the side until we sell it. Alright, let's go ahead and set this up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch this over to a 6 meter... Oh, wait. We're going to go ahead and switch this over to a 6 meter width. Alright, baling is something that I will go ahead and throw onto a time lapse. I'm not sure how long it'll take. Hopefully not too long. We'll probably throw all the bales off to the side somewhere over there until we sell them. So I will go ahead and continue with this. I will throw it onto a time lapse. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you once we have completed. Alrighty, and we are done working with the straw. So a little bit of an experiment there. We'll see how collecting the bales comes out on a time lapse. Just thought I would throw that in there. I'm just gonna put the bales right here for now. It makes it a lot easier than having to coordinate, or not coordinate, but you know, get it into the barn and everything. And then it's a lot more just readily available for when we're ready to sell. And then we do have some bales left over from the previous harvest that we can easily sell with them, so we can get about 7,000 for that. So overall, so far, we're in pretty good for our revenue on our harvest, at least around 25,000 right now, which gets us pretty dang close to that production. The soybeans will definitely get us there. But I am thinking about planting in that field some corn. What do we think of that? But now we would just need a header. This one looks like it would fit our combine just fine. I think we have a Massey Ferguson, but this should fit as well. It is a little expensive, but how much does it cost to lease? Yeah, I don't know if that's actually worth it. So I think we're going to hold off on the corn for now. But I do think I'll rotate and throw soybeans into the field that I just harvested, so we might not have to worry about cultivating or planting it for a while. So let's go ahead and sleep until these soybeans are ready to harvest. Alrighty, it's now October 1st, which is time to harvest the soybeans. I did have to feed the chickens and replenish the greenhouse with water. Alright, so our yield is looking pretty good so far. I think that other field is smaller than this one, yeah. So we'll see how much we harvest from this field. We might need to bring the grain trailer with us to the other field when we do it. And I will time-lapse doing both this field and the other one. And then we'll plant probably wheat and barley in both of these fields. Alright, well, I will get on with this. I will throw this onto a time-lapse. I hope you enjoy. And I will see you when we're done at the other field. Alrighty, and we are just finishing up with the soybean harvest. We got a little bit less soybeans from this field than I had originally expected from it after harvesting the first one, but still not bad. The first field gave us just under 8,000 liters, which should sell for about 29,000. So like I said, soybeans are setting us up. We're going to do great things. We should have no issues being able to afford this production once we sell. But they don't sell till July, which I don't know if we'll be able to sell in this episode, but I think we have enough other things that we can sell in this episode that I think will be okay. We are going to have to jump into planting barley and wheat in both of these fields pretty quickly, though, as it is coming up on the end of their planting season. I don't know why I just got stuck on the sidewalk. I did not appreciate it. Alright, let's unload our combine and see how much all of these soybeans are going to be worth. I'm hoping, I was thinking it was going to be around 50,000, but I think it's probably going to be closer to 45. Alrighty, here it is now all loaded up into the silo. So let's see what we've got. 48,000, so right in between what I was saying, but that's still really good. Something I do really quickly want to do, I want to organize and separate our stuff from the greenhouses, because some of it I specifically want to save for that production, and some of it I want to sell. So we are going to go ahead and put all of the chilies, onions, garlic, and cabbage off to the side so that we don't sell any of it. So yeah, we're going to take these 3 pallets and keep them. This will be sold, which is good because out of all of it, the lettuce is the thing that's worth the most and the thing we get the most of. So I'll go ahead and separate all of these pallets, and I'll see you once we've completed all of this. Alrighty, here we're just picking up our last pallet down here. Ooh. Oh yeah, had some fun times in that. I had a pallet spawn on my forks, so that was cool. I've just put all these pallets next to the silo here that we're going to be using once we build the production. And then this over here, these are all of our pallets that we're actually going to sell. So we've actually cut down our load quite a bit. So now all we have to do is cultivate 45, and at this point we should just call this 7,172 and we will start planting barley and wheat, probably barley in 7,172 and wheat in 45. And while I'm getting the cultivator ready and everything, this is a great time to mention, if you've made it this far in the video and you are enjoying, please drop a like below. It helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you're really enjoying, then feel free to subscribe to support the channel, as it helps out a ton. And we will get started. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 fields cultivated. I will throw this onto a time lapse, and I will see you once we are done. Done cultivating those 2 fields. I did go ahead and just fertilize both of them as well, so I just figured I would throw that into the same time lapse. So all we have to do is plant both of them. We should probably do wheat in the bigger field, just because I feel like it. Transporting the bales from 7,172 is going to be pretty interesting, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, and we are back at the farm. I did have to empty all of the pallets, or all the material, from the new planter, as we need the fertilizer. We are pretty much out. Well, we were out, and I do not have the money. I will go ahead and attach to our other planter, though, as this is the next one we're going to be needing. And we'll probably have to fill it with some seed as well. Probably not much. Oh, I did actually use the last of that. We also have 2 more pallets at the dealership, I'm pretty sure. Alright, and the first seeds of wheat are going in. Now, I don't think I'm going to time-lapse this, as you have just sat through a probably fairly long time-lapse. So I will go ahead and just skip to the end once we're finished with all of this, and we can then start selling some products. We're really closing on being able to purchase this building, and I am excited. Alrighty, we are just pulling into the farm now. Both of these fields have been fully planted and fully fertilized. So now all we have to do is wait till the proper time to sell, which looks like right now for the eggs. The price is going down, but it is high at the supermarket. Alrighty, then with that information, let's get these eggs sold. We've got like 1 and what is that, 1/8 of a pallet over here? I might not be able to get my pallet forks in here, or just barely. Oh wow. Alright, here we are at the store, ready to sell, and 4,700 it is. If I do have to make a small loan to purchase the building, and we're probably gonna have to do some landscaping underneath it as well, so we'll probably need a little bit more, we can do that because we'll be able to pay it off really quickly with this when we sell the soybeans, and probably next episode. So that can be arranged, but for now let's go ahead and sleep until February, or probably January is where things really sell the most, and we will get our wheat and our straw sold. Alrighty, it is now December 2nd, and looking at the prices here, barley is good and ready to sell at the grain mill. So we'll go ahead and sell 2 loads, which is 16,000 liters, and that'll probably get us around $18,000 to $19,000, which is wonderful. But of course, we have to actually go sell it. Alright, and off we go with our first load. And it's gonna be 9,243. Very good. So our next load should be about that again, which means we should be making about $18,000. So I'll see you right back here. Alrighty, and it looks like our second load is leaving us with about the same amount. I accidentally put out a little bit, like $30 worth in the little door, when I was trying to switch it around to the side. But yes, that has left us with 24,000. We of course do still have the straw to sell, which I think is gonna get us about 7,000. And before we actually go and sell it, let's go ahead and load it up onto the trailer and get the John Deere ready to go. I could probably just go ahead and set the trailer like right here. This is probably the best position for it. That way we can go ahead and just pick them up like so. And then put them down like so. Alright, we can't forget about the bales in the barn. Oh, but I did drop it. That's a little awkward. Oh, we're gonna forget that that ever happened. Alright, and we are all ready to sell when the price is right. And honestly, we might just have to sleep through one more night. Or actually, just while we were loading it, the price has gone up. Alright, well I guess I'll see you at the sell point. Alright, and here we are. Let's see how much we get. Well, I mean, we already know how much we'll get, but let's get that amount. And there we go. I'm pretty sure that is actually... No, it is just under 8,000. Well, after that, the only thing that we have to sell is all of our February stuff, which is going to be all of our produce. And then probably next month, it's always the month before that sells the highest, we'll go ahead and sell those products. I want to try something. It's pretty stupid, but it's an idea, and I really want to try it. No idea if this will work. It's probably going to be way too heavy to pick up. We need a back weight. Alright, it's definitely not meant to do this, and they're really, really wiggly. But it worked. It did work. Alright, let's strap it down before they all die. That was like the smoothest thing I've probably ever done in my life. Well, moving on from that, there are a few other things here that we gotta get. Alright, and there we go, we got our pallets. So we'll go ahead and tag these onto the back of the trailer. All there is to do now is to wait until the prices are better to sell those, which should be soon. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and sleep till February. Okay, it is now January 1st, and I didn't originally intend to sell yet. But lettuce is selling higher, as well as tomatoes, and they're both high at the same place, which is the supermarket. So I'm actually going to go ahead and sell all this at the supermarket. We're going to get like 25,000, so we're about to be set. Alright, here we go. 25,000. 23,000. I don't know where I went wrong there, but you know what? We'll take it. It's because it's measuring the stuff that's still in the greenhouse. So there was actually some product that we couldn't sell. Never mind. But we still have more than enough. So it looks like we won't need a loan after all. And we didn't even need the soybeans. We have so many soybeans to sell, and they're worth quite a lot. Yeah, almost 50,000. Alright, we need a good flat area that we can put it. Maybe we can even sell the shed. I don't think we're ever going to use it. Oh, it's actually not that big at all. It's pretty small. Let's see if we can sell this, though. Oh, we can, for 3,400. You know what? We're going to do it. We're literally never going to use that shed. You know, we might be able to actually fit 2 productions here if we shift it over, because it's really not that big at all. We can honestly probably put it right where that cultivator is. Yeah, like right here. Because we have the chickens here, right? As long as we can get in there to drop off food. But if we just put it right here, then we have all this room here we can still do productions with. But I might want to gravel all of this before we do anything. So if we make it really big, how expensive would this be? Maybe like $100 per click? Oh, it was like 200. I mean, realistically, the whole thing should be graveled. Alright, I think that looks good. I think we only spent about 1,000 on it. It did kind of spill over right here. Actually, we might be able to fix that. That did not work. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we can go ahead and plop it down right here. I think that'll be great. All right. This is it. This is our purchase. Alright, so this is all very different now. So it's like brighter. It's hurting my eyes. Alright, so here we have our drop off, and this is our pickup. So here's all of our products we can do, all the products we can put in. So it looks like the product that we're thinking of is going to be kimchi, I think is how you pronounce this. So yeah, these are the products that we're going to be using. Cabbage appears to be really high on the list. So we might actually have to get another greenhouse that specializes in cabbage. I guess it'll just be a little bit lopsided, because I'm not doing that right now. Alright, let's get it loaded up. So I've just discovered that the Preserved Food Factory's inventory is actually horrible. It filled up. It only took 400 liters of the chilies. Those are a lost cause now. Maybe it'll take this. There it goes. It didn't take all that either. Yeah, spring onion, it capped out at 480. I guess these are things that are like the smaller parts of the product. So let's just push these out of the way for now. We may end up selling them anyway. But something I'm wondering is build another greenhouse, maybe one right next to it, that is only specializing in cabbage, nothing else. Maybe lettuce as well. I also depends on how fast the production is. So who knows, we'll just have to feel it out and see what happens. Yeah, we have all of it. So let's go ahead and grab here. Let's activate this one. So it has 24 cycles a month. So it will be going through about half a pallet of cabbage every month. Supposedly this thing makes a lot more cabbage than this thing is going to consume. So I don't know what we're going to do. We'll just have to feel it out. But yeah, for now, we're going to continue to push all of these off to the side. Alright, here's our final pallet that it'll actually use. Let's actually go ahead and just grab one of each pallet and stack them up here. Just so that it has something to grab from, so I don't have to really service it at all. Alright, so that's our... Oh, no, don't fall over. Oh, that's unfortunate. So based off of how much kimchi we get and the cycles per month, we should be getting about a pallet every month. So let's see how much that sells for. Almost 2,000. We'll probably be selling it for about 2,000, which means, I mean, that's $2,000 a month pretty much, which I cannot complain. And now we have 21,000 left over, plus the 50,000 we'll get from the soybeans. So next episode, we have a lot of opportunity that we can, maybe another production right here, honestly. Maybe another 2 productions, who knows. But for now, I think this is where we're going to be ending off this episode. I know it's going to be a pretty long one, but it's a pretty big achievement. So thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you like me, and I will see you next time.